There are moments in history when the world turns cold toward God, when truth is traded for comfort, when the hearts of men wander from righteousness to rebellion. Israel was living in such a time. Ahab sat on the throne, a king who had turned his back on the God of Israel, and his wife, Jezebel, filled the land with altars to Baal. The people who once called on the name of the Lord now bowed to idols made of stone. But even in days of darkness, God still looks for a man who will stand for his purpose, even if he must stand alone. That man was Elijah. God sent Elijah to confront Ahab and to prove once again who the true God is. So Elijah stood before the king and said, "Gather all Israel to Mount Carmel and bring the 450 prophets of Baal." The challenge was clear. Let both sides call on their God. And the God who answers by fire, he is the true God. The mountain grew silent as thousands gathered to watch. The air was thick with tension, and heaven was about to speak. From morning till noon, the prophets of Baal shouted and danced. "O Baal, hear us," they cried. But the heavens were silent. Their voices echoed into emptiness. They leaped, they screamed, they cut themselves. Yet their God made of wood and stone could not answer. Elijah, mocking them, said, "Shout louder. Maybe your God is sleeping or gone on a journey." Their cries turned desperate, but still no fire, no voice, no answer. Then Elijah stepped forward, calm, confident, and full of faith. He gathered 12 stones, one for each tribe of Israel, and rebuilt the altar of the Lord that had been torn down. He laid the wood in order, placed the bull on it, and said to the people, "Fill 4 jars with water and pour it on the offering." They did it, again and again, until the trench around the altar was filled with water. The offering was soaked. There would be no mistake about what was about to happen. Elijah, lifting his hands, "O Lord God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, let it be known this day that you are God in Israel, and that I am your servant. Answer me, Lord, so these people may know you alone are God." The crowd held its breath. Then, suddenly, a bolt of fire shot down from heaven. It consumed the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, the dust, and even the water in the trench. The mountain shook with holy fear. The people fell on their faces crying, "The Lord, He is God! The Lord, He is God!" False prophets who deceived the nation were silenced. The altar of the true God stood burning bright again. And from that day, rain returned to the land, because God had found one man who refused to bow. In every generation, God still looks for those who will stand like Elijah. Not the popular, but the faithful. Not the loud, but the steadfast. God's fire still falls, not on crowds, but on hearts that are fully surrendered to Him. If you will rebuild His altar in your life, He will send His fire again. Will God find you as a man in your generation to change the heart of men from darkness to light? If this story ministers to your heart, don't just scroll away, share it. Let someone else remember that God needs men to use in this generation for His agenda on earth. Subscribe to Bible Character Animation for more Bible stories brought to life in powerful animation. Leave a comment. The Lord will find me a vessel to use in this generation. Thanks for watching.